Doop, doop, doo, 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 doo. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eziel, Lancer on Farrell Valley, and I'm going to do a quick interview here with one of the Vanarch folks. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him a couple questions and introduce him, and we'll just kind of get this whole shebang started. So let me check in with him and see if he's ready to rock and roll with us. All right, buddy, you there?
Oh, I'm here.
All right, good deal. So I've got Pawpaw here, and your guildnet is actually Inner Circle. And I was wanting to find out how many folks do you have in Inner Circle?
Well, the guild's on server listing has us at 196, but I can tell you that we are nowhere close to that. There's quite a few people in the guild who enjoy having a lot of alts, and we're more of a casual guild, so we don't really restrict that. I'd say right now we have a good 60 to maybe 80 active players throughout every day.
Cool deal, cool deal. So now I noticed you're a mystic. Is that your main character you play?
Oh yeah, my main character.
Okay, and you've got him capped out at 60.
Yep, got the cap at 60 on the 8th of May.
Holy cow! I'm 46. I'm jealous. All right, so now you're filing for Vanarch. Now, the first thing is what province are you planning to run for?
Well, the continent that I've picked out is Northern Shara, and I am so bad with names. Kelly is the number one choice that I've picked, but you pick 5 choices for Vanarch, and conveniently Northern Shara has all of 5 provinces, so you just kind of select the order you want to get them in.
Ah, cool deal, cool deal. And have you already went ahead and filed for your candidacy already?
Oh, day one, I did that on the 18th.
Sweet, that's awesome. So, well, how about you just tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe how long you've been playing some MMOs and how long you've been with Terra.
Well, I joined up Terra, started playing during the open beta, and haven't turned back to any other MMO since then. It's been a really nice experience. I'm loving the new combat system. As far as my other MMO experiences, I started playing EverQuest back when it was first released, and I've hit pretty much all of the major MMOs since then. I want to say probably the only one I haven't ever tried was Aeon. Don't know why it didn't interest me, just didn't.
So, what is it about Terra that kind of separates it from everything else that keeps you here?
I think it's more of the flow of the combat. I like that it's not stagnant. I usually gravitate towards healing classes, and sitting there and only watching health bars and cooldowns does not compare to what Terra can offer as far as needing to move, placement, as far as putting our little orbs on the ground, placing my totem during combat. It's just a lot more to get involved with. Not to mention in some of the higher dungeons, they actually pass off a lot of other mechanics that would normally be juggled by DPS, pass it off to the healer instead.
Excellent. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. I mean, I feel that the combat mechanics have been, this is probably the best combat mechanics I've seen of any MMO that I've played. But now, when it comes to like PvP and PvE, which do you actually prefer the most over the other?
I really don't have a preference. Really, I go back and forth between them. I've spent a lot of time in dungeons, but I'm not afraid to run around and get involved in some PvP. I can't really say I have a preference to either. I think if you lean too much towards one or the other, you're missing a good portion of the rest of the game.
I can see that. That's definitely a good point. And now with the political system with Terra, well, what are your thoughts? What do you think about the political system that you've experienced so far with just your filing for candidacy?
What I've seen is a lot of guilds seem to think that the larger Zerg guilds, the people who are capped on their guild size or around 300, are going to get the first wave of Vanarch positions, and I wouldn't doubt that. They just need to rely on actually having their members online to get that accomplished. But I think as we see the political season march forward, we're going to start to see more guilds start to form more alliances with each other, and we'll start to see some of the smaller guilds peek their heads out. We're going to see some of the less organized guilds get organized and edge out those Zerg guilds as they lose lose their membership or, start to become stagnant with their members because they just can't grow anymore.
Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that as well. Now with the Vanarch, let's just say hypothetically you actually you do end up winning and you do get the Vanarch position. What are your thoughts as far as with the province on PvP and PvE? Would you leave it set at PvP or would you reset it to PvE?
Honestly, I think it's going to depend upon what I see people desiring around the province. The zone that I'm going for my number one pick only has one channel. So if you catch somebody out and about, it's hard for them, unless it's one-on-one and you're going, unless it's a priest trying to kill a mystic, which just doesn't happen. And don't get me wrong, I'd never kill a priest anyway. It's just too boring. It's two people healing themselves continuously, no one dies. It's just, with the channel system not being there, I'm not sure that it's necessary to take away the safe zones for people to AFK real quick, or to do their banking and whatnot. I think it's really going to depend on how all of the 60 players start saying they want it to be. If the people who are supporting the zone, paying the taxes, aren't getting what they want, they're not going to vote for me next time if I win.
Absolutely. So now let's say we leave it as PvP. Is Inner Circle going to be providing any kind of protection for players if they start getting some folks keep running around killing folks?
If you have infamy, you'll have no protection. Otherwise, yeah, we'll keep things under control.
Good deal. Okay, so now we've talked about the PvP stuff. Now, the other things that from the banner, from what I've read, is that you've got the ability to have the specialty stores opened up, and I was wanting to kind of get your thoughts on if you were planning on opening those shops up and keeping them open in the area.
Specialty stores will definitely be open. It's nice to have access to those crystals, especially since hopefully it looks like we may be getting Nexus at the end of the month. Definitely want those crystals available. You want some of the faster scrolls, some of the PvP potions that are available from them for gold. You want access to those, and I'm sure that the higher level players are going to demand that the specialty stores stay open. As far as everything else staying open, I'm definitely going to look at keeping the trainers open. I know that people don't want to have to go back and forth between another province or heading back and forth to another major city just to train. We're going to try to keep up on it as a guild as much as we can to make sure that we have the Vanarch points to keep all of the different vendors live and active.
Awesome, good deal. Well, what about the other aspect too is as being like a Vanarch of a province, you actually get the ability to tax players. What are you thinking as far as the taxation you're planning on trying to do?
Well, I've already stated in my official forum post on the Feral Valley forums that as far as taxes go, we're going to have a flat tax rate until enough gold is raised for the next election cycle. That would be 3,000 gold. I'm not sure how realistic that is. This last time I fronted the cost entirely myself. Maybe I'm going to keep that up. If I can do that, I'll do that. If not, pretty much after the 3K is raised for the next election, everything else that comes to us as a guild through the Vanarch system is going to go back into the community by sponsoring server events such as death matches or some larger guild v guild battles, see if we can get some alliances declaring against each other. And all of that information as far as the ledger goes, I'll give screenshots, put that up on the forums. People will know that all the gold that they're given is going to keep the community vibrant.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. I like that idea. So that's basically all the questions I had. Is there anything additional that you want to add as far as to add to your candidacy and what you want people to know about you?
Really, the guild that I represent is Inner Circle. Of course, we're on Feral Valley. I'm running for Northern Shire. My main character is a mystic. His name is Pawpaw. He's a little beaver papori. You guys are welcome to check out my official Vanarch post on the Terra forums. It's under the Feral Valley server forum. If you have any questions for me, that post has a link right to our website, and anyone can feel free to friend me on Feral Valley. Just add Pawpaw.
Awesome. Good deal. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us tonight. And I'm going to post this up for everybody on my YouTube channel and also on the forums and see if we can't get some more folks to do some interviews and maybe hear some other folks' ideas and things. And thanks again.
Hey, thanks for having me.